everybody! I'm here to create the very first page of my memory planner, which is going to be kind of a dashboard for the whole year. So I wanted to make it a bit extra special and different from the monthly dashboards. And for that reason, I picked the cover page or packaging page of the 12 by 12 Patterns and Solids paper pack. Because I thought the illustration was so pretty that I didn't just want to toss it just because it's packaging. I also have my little template helper over here to find out where I actually want to cut. And because I want it to be a little more special and sturdy, I also want to add an envelope or pocket to the back of my first yearly dashboard. Now I thought about making my cut somewhere around here, lining the right edge up with this line over here, but I also want to use this part as a flap for my pocket or envelope. So, and I want to hit the spot right underneath this writing over here, this 12 by 12 numbers. So that's where I'm going to cut my paper. Now this spot over here measures 1.5 inches. So I'm going to add 1.5 to my 4 3/4, which is the page width. That gives me 6 1/4. 6 1/4. Okay. I'm gonna start by cutting just below these numbers here. And actually I can cut off this whole strip. And then I'm going to line this line up at 6 1/4. That's about here. Now that's hard to see. And let me just take this piece off. I think that's easier. Like so. But I don't want to cut through these letters up here because I have a plan for those. So now let me get this to 6 1/4. Like this. And then I just need to cut off the bottom of this part here. And the height will be 8 1/4 inch, like this. Just cut up to where the lines meet again. Perfect. And for this corner up here, I am just going to use my scissors and just cut like this for now. I'm going to change that later, but just to have the page ready. So now I want to make my crease line over here. For that, I'm going to get my scoreboard out. Get this out of my way. I know the other thing can do score lines as well, but I don't really like that scoring feature, so I always use my score pal for stuff like that. And I'm just going to score this line over here. I'm going back and forth because this paper is a little sturdy. And then I'm just going to fold this back. And now this is already the right size for my page. Of course, I want to decorate it, and for that I'm going to do a little bit of die cutting first. So let me get this out of the way. Okay, so now on to the die cutting. I got out this die set. It's by Elizabeth Craft Designs again. It's the Planner Essentials number 37, Letters and Numbers. And I want to cut out the numbers 20, 24. I'm going to cut them out of this two-tone wood grain paper that was from Tim Holtz from a few years ago. I think it's discontinued by now, but you might still be able to find it. And I just added double-sided adhesive to the back to instantly have a die cut sticker. So let me run this through my Big Shot machine. Of course, I have to do 2 passes for 2024 because there's only 1 2 in here. So sending that through. I'm just going to put these on my nonstick craft mat for now, just to have them safe so that I don't lose them. Let me cut the final 2, and I also want to cut hole reinforcers. Now I'm going to use the hole reinforcers from the Holly Jolly Planner Essentials Sidekick set because I like the size of these circles so much. And I'm just lining up these circles on my paper as well and sending this through together. Do that. Get out this 2, and I'm gonna leave my hole reinforcers in there for now. I need 3 more. And then I'm done with this black. No, I'm not done with the black paper actually. I remembered something I still want to add. And that is a little corner decorative piece. Let me just find my die. This is a really old Elizabeth Craft Designs dies, the Tags and More Flourish. And I just want to use this corner piece here twice to add a little something onto my page. So I'm also going to cut that from this wood grain paper. Okay, that's too small. Let me just use this piece. Number 1. And the second one. Get that out and put it aside. Now over here I have a few pieces that I want to cover up. I want to cover up this A over here. I'm going to do that a little later with this little corner piece. And because it's not quite enough, I'm also going to add a little bit of glitter washi, as well as here. I want to cover up this text. And because I want the glitter to repeat itself, I'm also going to cut these numbers again to create a glitter shadow behind these pieces. So for that, I'm going to grab, I have over here just quite thin, what is it, craft paper. Let me just cut myself a piece. And I'm going to add double-sided adhesive to both sides of it. Just one here. And one here. And I'm again going to cut these numbers. Because I have two pieces of tape on that paper, I'm just going back and forth so that it nicely cuts through. It's staying in there for now, but that is okay. Let me just cut my final number 2. So for now, that's all the die cutting to be done. This is stuck, so I'm going to use my little tweezers here just to remove my die, because I want to keep the top piece of my adhesive on there for now, like that. Okay, get these out of the way. 0, 2, 4. I always try to keep these in order. Get that out of the way. Okay. And now I want to glitter these, so I'm going to get my glitter tray and my Elizabeth Craft Designs glitter in Fire Opal. Open that up. And now I just want to remove the top layer of the number sticker to expose the sticky part. Just pour some glitter. And then I'm quickly going to polish that glitter in. Make sure it's nicely stuck down to the paper. That's number 2. And then let me remove these pieces. Okay, perfect. Get this back, dust it with glitter. Tap it off, brush it off. Now I want to pour this glitter back into the jar. like that. Close that and put it aside, and just again polish the glitter into the exposed tape. Okay, so that's done. That's trash. Close my lid and put this aside. Okay, so next up I want to create the envelope for the back of this page. And for that I cut myself a piece of paper that measures 5 inches by 9 1/4. And I'm gonna get my scoreboard again. And I want to score it 1/2 inch in from all the sides. And I like to score on the right hand side, so I'm going to just go in 1/2 inch from here, turn it. Here I'm at 9 1/4, so I gotta go to 8 3/4. Same thing, 1/2 inch in, and again, where am I? 1/2 inch in. Yeah, like that. Okay. Next I need my scissors. Where are you? Here. And I'm just going to snip the corners off. Like so. I told you before to keep all the bits and pieces, but this is really trash. These are just scraps. Okay, now I want to fold all of my score lines. Like that. And if you can see them overlapping somehow, just get your scissors back out and just angle these a little more so that they don't overlap, because that just adds extra bulk that we don't like in a planner. These are okay. Okay, these are not. Now it's better. And snip off a little piece over here. Okay. Now I want to get myself some double-sided adhesive. And the first thing I want to do is, this is how it's going to fit on my page. The first thing I'm going to do is glue this shut, because I just wanted to make this edge a little sturdier when you put things in and take things out of the envelope, that you don't damage the paper. So just going to line my tape up over here, tear it off, and just glue this shut. So this is how it's going to look on my page, but I don't like to see this white area over here, so I decided to cover that up with my thin craft paper again, like that, and then I'm just going to trim around it. So let me quickly do that. I'm going to use the really wide Elizabeth Craft Designs paper. And I want to line it up right at the fold here, the fold of my flap. And cut that off. Like that. And the same thing on the flap. Just line it up next to that fold. Just about there. I'm going to cut that off as well. Just give myself a straight edge again here. And I'm actually going to add it down here just to have a little more width for my brown paper. Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the liners. And the only area I really have to make sure is covered is this front. And you never want to have any sticky exposed. So I think I'm going to position it. Well, actually covering most of this like so. Just flatten it out. And then trim around the page. Like that. That out of my way. Okay. Now I want to make sure that this stays in place over here. So I'm just going to score it again at my 1.5 inch line. And now I'm going to fold it over. And that looks pretty good. Okay. Now, let me think. Can I already add this? I first, of course, want to ink the edges of this piece of paper. And before doing that, I want to cut the flap into a real envelope-shaped flap. So trim the corners. And I'm going to do that by going to use my larger scissors. Just snipping a piece off. I'm just eyeballing this and trying to figure out what I might like. Probably something like that. And I can already see that I have to move further in because I did my cut here in a funny angle. Okay, so actually, let me start over here. Cut it like this. And then I can, wait, it was this way, so I need to line it up like this. Yeah. That's how I can find where I need to cut this to have it matchy-matchy on both sides. Wait a second, I'm gonna stick that down with a bit of washi just to make sure I'm not gonna move it. That wouldn't be so nice. So, line it up like that. That's better. And now just follow the line. Okay. Take off that washi tape. Flap. Done. Now I want to ink the edges, probably in a brown tone. Let me just quickly grab my ink pad. So I've got here the brushed corduroy distress ink and an ink blending tool. And I'm just going to ink my edges real quick so that the white doesn't show. Okay, that's done. Close that up and get this out of my way. Now, since this paper is coated, the ink won't stick as well as I would like it to, so I'm just going to take the excess off with a paper towel. Okay. That's actually quite nice how it blended it in. So the next thing I want to do is to adhere this pocket onto the page. But before I do that, I actually want to create some kind of closure to keep this flap down a bit better. And I want to use brads for that and a circle punch. So first of all, I'm going to use my 1-inch circle punch and punch out a piece of this strip that came off of this side here. Let me punch 2 circles out. Kind of center the pattern. Just trying to eyeball it nicely like that. Come out. Okay. Put that aside. And then I'm going to adhere this over here with a brad. Same thing with this over here, and then I'm going to tie some string through to attach it. So on this paper I want to find the center. Let me see. 2 1/8, 10 1/8. It's about in the center, so my 6-inch line marks the center for me. Let me get my paper piercer and my Tim Holtz ruler. That's that. So probably going in like that would give me the center of this line, and just pierce a little hole to mark the center. Pierce my circles next. Just get this little mat. And I kind of try to line the pattern up in the center. So I'm just going to pierce over here. That should be fine. Same thing with this one. Kind of, yeah, it's kind of in the center, like that. Also quickly let me ink these. I still have some ink left on my blending tool. This one as well. Okay, get this out of my way. Grab my page, grab my brads. Am I gonna use gold or brown? Or what is it? Copper probably. I think I'm gonna go for the copper. Yep, that's better. Just get out another one to have ready, like that. Okay, now where's my circle? Over here. Slide my brad through. Slide it through here, like that. Actually get this back. And flatten out the back of the brad. I'm just slightly pulling it apart with my fingernails before coming in with this guy to flatten it out. Okay, and now I need to pierce a hole into my pocket. And to do that, I want to line it up with that edge of my paper. Is this the right side? Yeah. Then I'm gonna close my flap and just, oh my gosh, everything is stuck over here. And just get my ruler to kind of show me where I gotta go. I'm gonna mark the spot where I want it with a pencil. I think I'm going to choose this one here. Good to go. Pierce my hole. Make it a bit bigger. Get this piece, get my brad. And open it up. Oh, for this one I didn't even need the help of this piercing tool here. Okay, that's good enough. Now I don't want any papers to get stuck on this later on, so I might just cover that up. For that I'm just going to use some more of this thin brown paper, put some double-sided adhesive on, just a small piece, cut that off, punch a hole, that's the 1-inch punch again, and just use the sticker to cover up these metal pieces, like that. So the sticker won't get in the way of any papers and the metal parts won't catch onto anything. just like that. Okay. Now we're ready to adhere the pocket like that. I'm just gonna use double-sided adhesive. Just around the entire edge. Like that. Remove the liner. And nicely line it up with the edge of the page. Like that. I just want to make sure it's down really nicely. Okay, that should be fine. And now I'm going to add a piece of string to create my closure. So I just have this brown string that's rather on the thinner side. Gonna cut about maybe 12 inches. Hope that should be enough. Put that aside. And then just slide it underneath here. And underneath here, and our pocket is closed. Yeah, like that. Okay. The next thing we need to do is punch our holes to actually turn this into a page. And for that, I'm just going to use a page die. I have one here. This is the, I guess, the globe page. Yeah, it has this fun edge over here, which I'm going to use later for one of the monthly dashboards. And I'm just lining this up on the inside edge of my page and taking a pen to mark my positions for the holes. And then I'm going to punch my holes out like that, just centering my mark. This is a bit hard because there are obviously a few pieces of paper that I actually have to go through. But we're all good. Like that. Okay. Get these out of my way. Just confetti. Now I want to cover up this bit of text over here. And for that I have some glitter tape. It's not really washi because you have to pull off this liner, but I never trust tape like that to actually stick. So I will add some double-sided adhesive on here as well. Just cut off about this much. Put the adhesive on. Like that. Cut that off. And now you can see why I chose this particular color of glitter, because it really matches nicely with this tape. I can see that I have a little bit of double-sided adhesive overhangings, so I'm just going to trim that like that. And then I want to create a little flag-like ending over on this side. So snip it in like that. And just cut that V shape. Okay, that's all right. And then I'm going to wrap it around to the back. Let me see. Oh, actually the length is quite good, but I want to cut another V shape just to make it kind of parallel to the front. So just cut that out like that. Cute. Take off the liner of the double-sided adhesive and try to nicely cover this bit of text over here, and then just wrap it around like so. Straighten it out a bit. That's good. And then I'm just going to reopen the holes. I'm going to use these tiny little Elizabeth Craft Designs scissors for that. Just cut this, what is it, a half moon shape out of the tape so that nothing blocks the hole in the end. Okay, and now I'm ready to put on my hole reinforcers that I cut before. And there is this wood grain, and I want it to go top to bottom, so I'm kind of particular about how I'm positioning these. Where's my tiny little tweezers? That's easier. Get that out. Like that. Okay, almost done with these. I really like the look of this particular paper with the wood or wood pattern. Like so. Great. Get these out of the way. Now, do I want my numbers directly on here? I don't think so. I think what I'm gonna do is tear a piece of this brown paper again, going up like that, just to cover this corner. So, gonna line it up and hold it in place. to make my tear. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to use my double-sided adhesive again to glue that down. Here it is. And I want to make sure that the corners are nicely stuck down. So let me get this over here like that. And go up here. And cut it off just below this torn edge, like so. Are we good over here? I think so. Yeah, just a little piece. And here, like that. Actually, I'm going to use the skinny one for that, to cover more of the edge, like that. Yeah, that's better. Cut that off. Okay, remove the liners. And just for good measure, I'm going to add a small piece there. Okay, just cut like that. Remove that liner, and then we're going to line it up right here in the corner. This is hard to handle because it's so thin, but I guess we're good. Like that. Just trim off this little piece over here. A little piece of overhang. Perfect. Make sure it's nicely down. Okay, and now I want to first add my glitter numbers to create the shadow. Should probably be starting with the 4, just to make sure I have enough room. There we go. Like that. Get my black 4. And just slightly offset it. Like that. That gives us a glitter shadow. Okay. Next up, the 2. Just want to try to get this straight. That looks okay. Good. Where's my 0? Ah, over here, right in front of me. Again, the center needs to go out. Got it. Get this 0 on here. Yep. Like that. And the last number 2. Move it a bit. It's too close to the 0. Okay. And press it down. Top it off with this number 2. And we're good to go. That's pretty. Now I have these little corner pieces, which, oh my God, will it fit? Yeah, just like that. But I remember that something was wrong up here. I need to cover up that A. How am I gonna do that? Let me just add a tiny strip of this double-sided adhesive. And a nice angle. Cut it off from the back. Like that. And quickly get back my glitter tray. To cover that up with some more glitter. Remove the liner. Pour some glitter on. Brush it off. Put my glitter back. And just quickly polish the glitter in. And then I'm gonna adhere this little corner over the top, like so. And the other one at the bottom. Okay. Now you might wonder why I've just left this Life Is over here. But I, of course, have another cover of this 12 by 12 Patterns and Solids paper pack, and I'm going to punch out the letters for the word abundant and just glue them on, probably here. So let me cut that out. Get some double-sided adhesive on the back. Like that. Just gonna tear that off for now. Oh my god, I hope the sun isn't too distracting. Let me quickly close my curtains over here. So now this is another hole punch. This is not the one I used for these holes. It's slightly larger, but I can nicely line it up with the black line around the letters. I want to be quite careful here. Okay, that's not helpful if these pieces shoot everywhere into my craft room, because then I have to crawl around on the floor to find them. So put my hand over this one. That's better. Where did you go? Okay, let me punch these out and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've got all of my little letters punched out, and now I'm going to adhere them to my page over here. Like that. I want to keep them pretty straight. Okay, this doesn't want to come off. So I'm going to follow this line over here that separates the pattern part from the beige part of the paper. Just turn it a little. Yeah, okay. Okay, is there a difference between the N and the U? I don't think so. Okay. I should probably just speed this up so you don't have to watch me align letters on here. But we're almost done. A and T. Okay. And for now, I think the front is done. I later might add a piece of ephemera or something, but for now I'm gonna leave it at that. Just for the back, I want to cut some more of those hole reinforcers in this, from this paper. Let me cut off a strip, like that. Put double-sided adhesive on. get my die and just run this through twice, like that. Number 1. Just pop these out. And once more for the final 3. And we even got a bonus star over here. Oops. Place that here. Die is clean. No, it's not. Just get these little pieces out. Okay, now it's clean. Put that back. And put on these final hole reinforcers. Like that. Okay, and for now I'd say we're done. I might decorate this part later, but I'm not sure about it. Actually, turned out quite nice. I'm happy with it. I've got a pocket that I don't know how to open, obviously, like that. Got a pocket, and this is ready to go into a planner. Like so. Okay. Thank you for watching, and in the videos coming up I'm going to walk through the final creation of the monthly dashboards. See you soon. Bye!